You are what you are because of the conscious and subconscious choices you make. Barbara Hall, writer and TV producer. It has been said that we make too many choices in one day to calculate, each one being a positive and negative effect on our lives. In fact, choices take up most of the time of our day, even sometimes become a subconscious act. What are choices? For me, the definition would be a decision with consequence. The Bible talks about choices, and one time I'd like to bring out is in 1 Chronicles 21, 11 through 13. And it's talking about David. He was faced with some tough choices. So Gad went to David and said to him, "This is what the Lord says. Take your choice. 3 years of famine, 3 months of being swept away before your enemies, with their swords overtaking you, or 3 days of the sword of the Lord, days of plague in the land, with the angel of the Lord ravaging every part of Israel. Now then, decide how I should answer to send me." David was faced with tough choices, each one having a negative effect on his tribe. But he chose the right one because he knew that the one with the sword of the Lord would be the best. Even David, a man after God's own heart, was faced with choices that led to a consequence. Let's talk about extraordinary. Extraordinary would be beyond the common order or method. The extraordinary can sometimes mean the unordinary. Now let's bring in extraordinary choices. My example, an extraordinary choice is a choice that involves a major fork in life's road, one being a horrible choice, leading to deception, sin, and corruption. The other, being the better choice, leads to a fun-filled, full life with promise, purpose, and passion. Let's use drug abuse as an example. By saying no to take a chance to do drugs, we save our lives as well as our future families. By keeping our minds intact and our bodies healthy, we keep our environment safe and a healthy place to raise a family. To the world, trying to drug would not be a big deal. In fact, it's just what they do. You know, they want to do that because that's everybody else does, and they want to fit in. But for us, the answer should be no. No would be the unordinary. The difference is extraordinary. An extraordinary choice leads to an extraordinary answer. I want to leave you with this last thought. God has a plan for the choices we make. In Jeremiah 29:11, it states, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope in the future." I believe that God allows us to make the choices we make, not to harm us, but to see what would happen if we would have made a different choice. These in time give us knowledge into our decision making. God does have a plan. His plan is to help us make the right choice when the entire world may go against us, choosing the extraordinary choice when the world is satisfied with ordinary, and to make the most important choice of all, the choice to serve Him in everything.